Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the latest episode of Sportico Live. This is Eric Jackson, an Atlanta native, so this is a joy for myself. And unless you've been living under a rock, you know that the Fall Classic is underway, and the Atlanta Braves are in the midst of their first World Series since '99. And with that said, I'm pleased to bring on a special guest today, Braves President and CEO Derek Schiller. Derek, how are you?
I'm great, Eric. I am very, very good. We're in the World Series, so how could I not be?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. How's everything in beautiful Texas out there?
Well, today, so we just completed game one last night. We won, thankfully, and today we get it off again. Have another one. See if we can get another game here in Houston before going back to Atlanta. So things are going well so far.
Yeah, how surreal is it, Derek, just to be this close to winning a World Series? You know, especially given where the team was 3 months ago, and you know everything.
Well, I've been in baseball for plus years, and I've been with the Braves for almost 18. So this is my first trip to the World Series. So, you know, I'm pitching myself that we're even here to begin with. I'm extremely proud and thankful. You know, it's so hard to get to this position, and then to obviously win the first game. You know, you start to have a little bit of thoughts about, you know, could it be the year for us? And you know, I'm trying to have each moment be thoughtful, not get too ahead of ourselves here, but we're just trying to enjoy it. You know, when I talk to my peers that have been through this before and have gone to World Series, there's sort of a common statement that they all make, and they say just try to slow down and enjoy it a little bit, and so I'm trying to keep those words to heart and do just that.
Are you superstitious? Are you wearing the same shirt every day or what?
There is superstition abound. I mean, I'm telling you, everything from, you know, what seat you're in, how you're positioned, you know, what you're wearing, everything. You're at that moment in time where you know you have absolutely no ability to have any outcome on the game, but it doesn't matter. You're still doing all these crazy things to think that you actually do.
I know when you look back, obviously, like you said, 18 years. Where's this team rank on all your all-time favorite Braves team? I know it's probably a tough question, but you know when you look back.
We've had a lot of great teams and a lot of enjoyable or big moments that have happened in my tenure. But you know this team, it feels different. I think you've heard the problem we've had overcome as a team, as an organization, you know, certainly as a community and this world coming out of or still dealing with the after effects of a pandemic. That's, you know, in the forethought of everybody's brain, of course, how that's impacted our business, our sport, people, how the community gathers in a situation like this, having the crowd come back the way they do inside of that. But then you think about the resiliency of the team, and what the players themselves, the team has had to go through, the amount of injuries that we've had. You know, our arguably our best player on our team, Ronald Acuna, going down. Mike Soroka, an attempt to be rebounding from a bad Achilles injury, unfortunately re-injuring that same injury. And then you know, some of the situations that we've had to deal with, losing Azuna the way that we did, first to an injury and then to an off-field incident, and you know, a whole bunch of other things that have happened, including even last night. So Charlie Morton gets hit in the leg with a line drive, and he breaks his leg. You know, pitches to 3 more batters, gets those guys out, breaks his leg, but we won't be able to see him through the rest of the World Series. So we don't know what the future holds for us, but we know this team has gone through a lot, and you know, we've just been able to continue and persevere. So really proud of that. And so for this team and thinking about what it means versus all the others, I think certainly living in the moment right now, this feels really special.
Right. When you look at the company overall this month, like obviously Formula One, huge turnout in Austin over the weekend. Now in Houston for the World Series with the Braves. Like from your talks with other, you know, Liberty Media officials, like how's the spirit been for the company just overall recently?
Unbelievable. So we had our CEO here last night with us, Greg Maffei. A team of his people came in. They don't normally come to our games, to be quite clear. And you know, they've got a lot of other things that they're doing. But they were able to come in and enjoy the game with us last night and cheer on the team. They're getting out of Houston and they're going back to whatever their respective roles are. But when they come in and they think about what we've been able to do on the field, remarkable. And then when we start thinking about the business side of this, we were second in the league in attendance. So again, going back to it, the community has supported us and have had unbelievable rebounding of our business side of our team, which has certainly helped us as we went to, for instance, the trade deadline and thought about, are we going to be buyers or sellers? We had such a good first half this season, and we're actually over delivering on our budgets that we were able to say, you know what, we should go for it. And Alex Anthopoulos pulled the trigger, made a number of moves that have obviously propelled us and gotten to this point in time.
Right. And you were just mentioning the rebound business wise, and I know the Battery has been an integral part of that. And, for those who don't know, there's a sprawling development outside of Truist Park, called the Battery Atlanta. And it's seemingly it's been more lively than ever, these last, recently these last couple of weeks. And is this how Braves leadership envisioned it, when you guys relocated 5 years ago? Too?
Yeah. Well, first of all, yes, when we were talking about this, we always said, our goal is to go to the World Series and win the World Series and do so in this new Battery development and it inside of Truist Park. What we've been able to accomplish and build in the Battery has been so complementary to what the team is doing. So when we looked at, for instance, Game 6 of the LCS, our clinching game, we came back from LA. We're at home in Truist Park. 43,000 people are cheering us on inside the ballpark. There was at least another 15 to 20,000 people that were immediately outside of the ballpark in the plaza and in all of the establishments of the Battery. Great. It was electric, and it was fantastic to see. And we've got a couple million square feet there that is now just come to life. And it's been a remarkable success that has helped the overall franchise.
I know, in your opinion, how much does the development have aided the club just getting to this point today? I know the fans coming back this year was huge.
Yeah. Well, first of all, from a fan perspective, it's been extremely effective and helpful. And what I mean by that is, we've always talked about what the Battery represents to somebody coming to the ballpark and somebody coming to a Braves game. Previously at Turner Field, or even prior to that, Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, you drove your car to the parking lot, you parked your car, you came in, your experience began once you came through the gates. Now your experience actually begins the moment you step foot in the Battery, where whether you're going to a restaurant or bar, or whether you're just hanging out in the plaza with a bunch of other people, the experience is so much more enriched as a result of all of the things that we've built and positioned as part of the development of the Battery. And so I think it's been, such a better experience for our fans. And then, from a business perspective, it's a consistent return on investment. So, the real estate was a sizable investment for us, millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. But it's ultimately rewarding us because it works 365 days a year, and it is returning great revenue streams to the team that we can enable the team to do a variety of things, including, as I said, go in and make key trade acquisitions or free agent acquisitions at the right times.
Yeah. Does it feel even more justified now? It always did years ago, right? These last few years, but now getting to this point now, is it, do you hang your hat a little bit, more just, getting to this point?
Yeah. A team that was on back even prior to just sort of the initial stage of this, myself, Mike Plant, Terry McGurk, Chip Moore, Greg Heller, those guys, we all had this plan of what this was going to be. And now to see it in full effect, and then also with the world stage, Fox Broadcast is going to have their pre and post game set location in the Battery, wow, in the plaza, as opposed to the ballpark. And it'll be a great showcase for what the Battery is, a backdrop of, all the different things that are going on behind the scenes. And so, it's really a fantastic opportunity for us to showcase what it was, 7-8 years ago, just a vision for all of us. So I think we're all really proud and really excited to show it off to the world.
Obviously the pandemic was a big financial hit, not just for, your club, but, 29 others. And, obviously some of those side effects lingered into this season as well. How much is this, the World Series run, just helping that recovery standpoint? Just coming off last year, the truncated season to this season.
It started really last year while we were still in the midst of a pandemic. We were having great team success. Remember, we went to the LCS last year, unfortunately got beat by the Dodgers. It was a neutral site that we got beat by, so our fans didn't get to participate in the postseason. But ultimately, it showed our community that we had a really good team. And so this year, I think there was already a renewed energy towards the team and what it could be. As I said, we encountered a number of injuries and other things that probably put a lot of people, maybe even myself, into what that was going to be. Some doubt, if you will, crept in. But I think now all these pieces have come together. These players have really, again, been extremely resilient. And it's been fascinating to watch. And the community has really, really stepped up to support us. When we go back home, everything from the airport turned on with that new canopy, the lights will be glowing in red and blue. All the buildings will be glowing in red and blue. There's all kinds of things going on in and around Atlanta to support the team. And it makes us all really proud that support is there. And hopefully we can deliver them a World Series victory.
Yeah, has that been the best part, just seeing the city's response? Like, what would you say? Just what's your takeaway as far as the best part of the run?
I wasn't with the Braves during '91 when that worst to first season happened, but a lot of people still talk about that. For instance, Terry McGurk was around, and he talks about what happened in the city, how the city got electrified behind the team. There was all those losing seasons prior to that, and while we had a lot of success on the field, teams of the '90s, and going to the postseason over and over again. We've been there, 9-10 times just in my tenure alone, but we haven't gotten to this point. And so the idea that we're in the World Series and we've actually reached that point has in many ways probably gotten us back to where we were in '91 as a city and as a community, where people are cheering us on, and the fervor for Braves is absolutely electric. I am so excited for us to go home. While we didn't have home field advantage, the positive of what we're doing, not just winning, one game last night, hopefully another tonight, is that we're going home to a weekend series. We're playing Friday, Saturday, and presumably Sunday. And so it gives that much more opportunity for the community to stand up and for people to get excited about it and get behind this team.
Yeah, no, I remember the '90s runs for sure. I was a young tyke. I vaguely remember, but it's nice to be, years later to see it, now. But obviously, looking ahead, it's a huge offseason for the business of baseball. So much that I think after this series, the attention's going to turn right to the CBA negotiations. How likely, how are you just thinking? How likely is, in your opinion, a work stoppage is coming, and how you just kind of look at, the offseason itself?
Well, look, the commissioner and the commissioner's office are busy at work with the Players Association and doing the business of trying to figure out how to come together. The teams, and I'll speak just specifically for us, we put our heads down and we just continue to work towards, all the things that we have to do in an off season and all the things that we have to do to get prepared for next year, 2022 season. So, it's really, it's not even in our stream of thought right now. We're focused, obviously, right now at the moment on the World Series. But as we think about and do planning meetings, we're just focused on having 162 games played next year and getting off to the right start next year with all the business activities that we have to plan for.
Focusing on the now, huh?
That's right.
Hey, gotcha. Hey, well, Derek, thanks for making time for us, man. Seriously, we appreciate it, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you, Eric. I know you're a fan. You'll be supporting us. I appreciate that, and hopefully, maybe you can make it out to a World Series game, and we can maybe even have a World Series parade there in your hometown of Atlanta. It would be wonderful to have you as part of that.
Absolutely, man. Thank you.
People,
remember to subscribe. Our next one will be November 18th. We'll cover licensing. Thank you, guys.